Overcoming addiction. Hello, everybody. It's Tom here from the Company Code. I hope you're all well today. Today, we're going to discuss what it means to overcome addiction. Now, before I start, this is not myself I'll be talking about, but this is somebody that I'm very close to. This is part of my flesh and my blood. This is my baby sister. For those of you who don't know me, I am the eldest of 3 children. I am the eldest son. I have a younger brother who's the middle child, and I have a younger sister. And I say younger sister, she's the baby of the family. Okay, so my baby sister, who I named, yes, being the eldest, I got the casting vote, has had probably some very, very hard, well, I say probably, has had some very hard times in recent years, you know. And we're going to give you an insight as kind of an observer to watching somebody go through an addiction battle. Obviously, I can't speak from how she's felt or what's gone through her head because I'm not her. But I can tell you as a family member how it affected the family, it affected me, it affected us all. So, at the beginning of this addiction journey, it was a deep line trauma, a reaction to a death in the family of somebody that my sister was very close with. So I'm the eldest child, as I said, and there are 5 grandchildren, and my sister is the only granddaughter. And with that came a little bit of idolising by my grandparents. And I'm not putting my grandparents down because they were wonderful, but my grandmother and Emily were very, very close. Very, very. And Emily was a little bit spoiled by my grandmother, which, when you spoil someone, it can obviously not help their sort of development, the way they accept things, the maturity, and all that sort of thing. But anyway, going off course here. When my grandmother passed away, my little sister was in her mid-teens, coming up to early 20s, and she really didn't handle the death of my grandmother very well. And perhaps with that came that sadness and the feeling of needing to escape, and also not confronting the feelings perhaps or accepting it. She was involved with a group of friends at school that were not good people to be around. And one particular individual was taking drugs. And when I say drugs, I'm not talking about smoking marijuana. I'm talking hard drugs. I'm talking cocaine. I'm talking pills. So this situation occurred, whereas my sister got put in a position where it was, do I follow the crowd or do I be strong enough to say no? Unfortunately, she followed the crowd. And with that came probably a 7-year cycle of drug taking, which has finally ended where she's actually clean now. This situation was like nothing my family had ever faced. So my mum and my dad, I know I'm biased because they're my parents, are good parents. We've all turned out, to be honest, pretty good kids, you know, as children can be. None of us are perfect, but no person's perfect, okay? I think we're very quick to label people who've had addictions as being bad people. I can honestly say, hand on heart, my sister is not a bad person. But she's made some mistakes, she's made some choices, and the drugs did make her behave in a way that was not very nice. When you're an addict and you're hooked on something like that, you become a liar and you lash out at people. And the mood swings are like nothing I've ever seen. So she hid it from us for years. For literally about 4.5 years of taking drugs, she hid this really well. We thought she was just going out on a weekend and having one too many to drink. That she wasn't just having one too many to drink, she was doing lines of coke and not coming back home until she came down. And mum and dad suspected something was off, and then eventually the truth came out that she was doing cocaine. Not at any point did I judge my little sister, because I don't know what it's like to be an addict, and I can't, stand here and point the finger at her. So my reaction was very simple, and I think most people who love like a relative or a sibling or somebody would say the same. I just said, and I quote, "Emily, I don't want you to die." And that was all, really, that I ever wanted. I didn't judge her, I wasn't angry, I didn't get funny. I just said, "I don't want you to die." And from then on, I was very supportive of her trying to recover from this. And it took another 5.5 years of many different things, going to different therapy groups, to the occasional relapse where she would go out, have a few to drink and end up relapsing, from trying to break away from those people who had supplied her with the drugs. She changed her mobile number 6 times in a very short period of time because she couldn't be around those people that were making her ill. And obviously with the drug taking came depression, shame, anxiety, feeling a lot of anger with herself when every time she relapsed. And my mum and my dad didn't know how to handle it really, and my mum tried to be as strong as she could. My dad wasn't very sympathetic, should I say. But at the end of the day, she got through it. She survived, and now she's doing very, very well. And she has completely gone clean. When I say gone clean, it's no drugs at all. She doesn't drink, she doesn't do anything that will intoxicate. She's somebody that regularly attends the Narcotic Anonymous. And I would say to anybody who's struggling with heavy drug use that you get in touch with these people. And she has turned her life around. But if we were to ask her, she would say, and honestly, that she felt like she wasted 10 years of her life. And that's 10 years she's not going to get back. Okay? So, the moral of the story here is, don't judge people who've had addictions. The best support you can give is to try and be there on the bad days and to try and encourage them to recover. I can't, for one, even begin to imagine how it must have felt the whole time for her. But she made it, and I'm dead proud of her. And as I said earlier, I'm happy she's still alive because she's my flesh and blood, she's my baby sister. And we've not always had a strong and close relationship, but the fact of the matter is, like any member of my family, like anyone I love, I'd do anything for her. And it's a brave piece, me standing here tonight talking about it, because it's close to the heart. And when you love somebody, when you care about them, when you're emotionally invested in them, it's very hard to watch somebody suffer who you love. And she suffered for a very long time. I'm pleased to say that suffering has pretty much all but gone now. She's done ever so well for herself. But the fact of the matter is, she can never, ever, ever touch a drop of alcohol again. And she has to make sure she stays away from anything or anyone that may push her back down that path. Because when you're an addict, you're an addict. You're an addict for life. It takes a lot of strength to get through that. So that's how I viewed the situation as an observer. I'm not here to wash my family's badness in public. It's not about that. I've made this video for others that may have members of their family that have had addictions and seen them struggle, so that you can get an idea of how you can support them the best way. To just basically never give up on them, even if they feel like giving up on themselves. Guys, this is my third and final video of the week. I want to say thank you all ever so much for being here. I really appreciate your time and energy spent here on my channel. Thank you kindly. Put down in the comment section below, are you somebody that's known someone that's had an addiction of some description and struggled with it? Is it a member of your family, a friend? Maybe we share the story, or we go offline and talk. I don't mind. And how did you support them? Remember to hit that subscribe button down below. Leave me a thumbs up and a like. And let's hear that bell sign go ding dong so you know when my next content's out. Until then, I want to say thank you all ever so much for listening as always. I really appreciate your time and energy spent here on my channel. I will be back with another 3 videos at the start of next week. But until then, I want to say thank you all ever so much. Take care of yourselves and bye for now.